Hello, ladies and... Oh, no, it's not again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to... Whoa, that's expensive. Nope. That. To Penberlan Farm, where today I'm cheating some money in, and now cheating it back out. There we go. Creator tools, I love you so. Today... we are seeding winter crops. Winter wheat, winter barley are going into the ground. We're starting off here on field 2 with some winter barley. This tractor is probably nowhere near powerful enough to run this entire setup. I'm gonna try at least. I'm gonna put some winter barley in the ground here. Some winter wheat is gonna go into field. Let's see what fields we do actually own. That was the wrong button. We own fields 2, 9, and 18. So yeah, winter barley can go in here, winter wheat can go into 9 and 18. Or winter barley can go in here, winter wheat into the other two, even. Do I want to get a bigger tractor? Yes, because this thing is spinning its wheels even though it's got diff locks on. Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to get a big daddy tractor out. And it has to be something that has a frontage. Because otherwise the seeder has no actual hitch. Or actual seeds. So let's get this back up. I'm going to cheat some more money in. Every time I turn that on, it gives me $1 billion. Just FYI. So we're at the T6. Well, why not just go the next step up and get a T7? Or what do we have over here, actually? Let's get a Massey. No, that's actually quite... No, that's nowhere near powerful. Let's actually get, because there should be one over here somewhere, a Fendt 900. No, did I? Okay, I didn't put that into the game. Never mind. Let's then get an Axion. I want to get an 850 Axion. Yeah, let's get an Axion 850. You purchased. You can fetch purchase at the store. Actually, never mind, because I'm going to reset that. Where's the shop? It's down here. There's the Axion. And reset. And we will grab that and bring it straight over to the field. Can't be bothered with head tracking today. Also, I fast forward the time without finishing the mowing. I'll do the mowing in late autumn, so the next in-game day we'll be doing the mowing. I have decided we'll do some pit silage then. But the priority right now, and we actually have 2 fields to mow now. The priority right now is getting the fields all seeded up and ready. So we need to move the New Holland. And let's just put it sideways like this, I guess. There we go, that's that down. You can disconnect. Let's reverse a bit. Put you down. And you can disconnect. And we'll just put the New Holland over this side of the field here, because it's not going to be used. There we go. And actually we should be able to just tab into the Axion. There we go. This should, in theory, have enough horsepower to do what we want. Let's attach that. Lift it up. Attach this. Lift it up. We'll get everything running now. It should be... yeah, that is down. So now in theory we've got enough power to cultivate and seed all at the same time. And it does help We have the right implement selected. So let's go and we'll see. Yes, that's much better. So this setup is cultivating straight before seeding, which is the best option for what we want to do. This is all from the Kuhn DLC, apart from obviously the class, which is not a piece of Giant's equipment yet. There are class will be coming into the game. This much we know. When is a mystery. So actually I forgot to turn off the creative money. So let's turn that off real quick. And it does mean that I don't really need to do XM edits anymore, do I? Because that's all I ever really edited, so... let's put 4-wheel drive and lift locks on and see what kind of speed we can get up to in this. 8 kilometers an hour. Okay, this is actually much faster than the New Holland. Going twice the speed now with the same the same equipment. Which, it's still not good speed, but it's faster, which is close enough. We'll use the New Holland to spray the crops then, once we have them seeded. Because I should have 1-stage fertilization on. Seasons, unfortunately, doesn't allow for 3-stage. And I am hoping the crops don't die over the winter. Because I'm kind of banking on these being winter crops that I can seed early in the next year. And maybe get a second set of crops down. That's why I'm going for winter crops. If this plan fails, however, it's not a big deal. Because, I have thought this through, we can just deal with it as it comes. If it's still quite early in the year, I can just plant some grass down, we can do some silage and get the BGA running. I'm thinking this might be a faster way of doing it. Going this way on the fields. Or on the field. Say the slope is like, it's still quite a slope though. I don't think there's any good way of doing seeding on this field with this particular setup. Let's see, 9 kilometers an hour. Yeah, this is ever so slightly faster. It's a nudge faster, just a skosh. But it's fast enough. I understand that seeding videos aren't the most exciting videos in the world, but they have to be done. The simple rule I go by is some of the stuff that I do is not as exciting as some of the other stuff I do. I accept that. What you guys have to accept if you're going to complain about, oh, that video was boring, is it's farm sim. I'm doing stuff that needs to be done in farm sim. And I'm afraid not everything can be mile-a-minute excitement. Joe, if I just create headlands there, that might be good enough. I do like this seeder. I really like the seed setup, I must admit. Because it is so very different from pretty much everything Giants have ever brought out. Because you actually have to be careful about where you're seeding, because the cultivator is going to run through it before the seeder does. Also, the seed tank, instead of being on top of the seeder, is actually at the front of the tractor. There is no seeds on this tractor at all. Or in the seeder at all. So it is a very different setup. And obviously you can use a... I'm guessing you could use a different seeder with the front tank. I mean, all it does is carry seeds, so I can't see why not. Also, I think this might well be the first seeder for farm sim that doesn't actually carry its own seeds. Definitely the first one Giants have brought out. So it's a bit novel in you know, in that way. Just as a statement of fact, I've not yet received a new version of the map from DustyDave, so this is still the version I was using last week, which isn't a big deal. There's no big changes that I could see needed making. Maybe somebody else or something else. But for me, the map is quite good. With the exception of the shader issue that I found. There's no... I'll put it this way, there's nothing game-breaking that I've found yet. But I'm yet to try and sell crops. that is going to be probably the next video on Tuesday, or during the stream today. Just realised that I've knocked my own schedule up, haven't I? During the stream today. Yesterday's stream will have been mowing, but I haven't done the mowing yet. But I am doing seeding. Okay. So yesterday's stream may be a continuation of today's video, except it happened first. I didn't think this through, did I? You'll have to deal with it, I'm afraid. Because I am apparently atrocious at coming up with plans. But this isn't going to be a very long video. I'm quite time limited. It's 25 minutes to 11 on Tuesday night. So I'm running, I would say, a bit behind where I want to be. I'm actually running literally hours behind where I'd wanted to be. I was hoping to get a lot more done today than I did. Which isn't ideal in any way, shape or form. I'll put it that way. I've just not been having the most ideal day, and you guys will know why from yesterday. I got Lancy Boy's new map, Selby Farm Estate, and that kind of sucked up a lot of time while I was setting that up. Because when I set up maps, it is just I choose the equipment. I usually end up putting it in specific places. Am I gonna have to go over this again with the seeder? Like, would I be faster doing this with just the cultivator? Because I'm seeing I'm missing bits, and I'll definitely have to take the cultivator off to get those bits. Because otherwise I'd have to do a full line down the field, and I might miss more bits, and that becomes I'm reseeding the entire field because reasons. That wouldn't be fun. But this setup is actually really nice. I am genuinely surprised. And the joy of it is, that was kind of a test to see if the field definitions overlap there at all. And they don't, which is good. Let's get this kind of lined up for next pass, and let's go. Hope we don't miss too much of the field. We should hopefully get this entire field done today. Depending on how it wants to go for us. I've missed another little speck there, which isn't ideal, but it happens. I'll just go over this field real quick after the video with the cultivator detached, just to nibble up the little bits that I missed. In fact, I just realised I can set up GPS for this thing, can't I? So let's use GPS, just to make sure we're missing as little as is humanly possible. And see how we do. I don't expect to do very well, but let's see how we go. I probably should have set it up so I was in a perfect line with the pass I just did, but that's a problem for later. That's for future Dave to fix. We're not actually too bad. We're not actually too far off that line. He says, realizing there's actually two lanes in between the two lines. But no, that's easy. That's just a case of I have to go down the same line again. I do have, it being me, a cup of tea. Or the lastlings of it, at least. The end of a cup of tea. Which tends to be my, I've had my dinner, let me have a cup of tea drink. So normally if I'm recording, I'm already eating my dinner and I'm quite full and food coma and so stupidity, which is why the videos are so derpy compared to some other people's videos. My videos are derpy because I'm usually just after eating and food coma happens, and that's never a good thing. But I'm wondering, does DustyDave have a custom seeded texture on this map? It looks different. It looks different, but I'm not entirely sure if it is different. Now we get to start the first, well, second full pass of GPS. Like that. Away we go. Very little mist. Beautiful, wonderful, delicious. So, I hope you guys are enjoying this map as much as I am. I'm a big fan of it. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's video too. I am doing my best to bring you guys the best maps I can find, the best maps possible. I know that some of you might be annoyed that you can't play on these maps yet, but at the same time you'd be even more annoyed if there wasn't videos to watch of the maps when you get them, so you kind of get an idea of where things are. So I'm putting in the hard work finding all this stuff, so you guys don't have to. Yeah, it's just a case of, you know, these maps need to be given time to breathe sometimes. And I hope I'm the person that's able to do that for the maps that I'm given. Is, like, show them off in the best light. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Show them off at the best light, he says, looking at the gorgeous lighting of Seasons mod. I legitimately got distracted by that. Just look at the shadows. They're stupid long. Like it looks like an autumn morning. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. You know, you could get this level of detail in Farm Sim of any... Oh, you know, Giants have done a good job putting a good base game together, but the modders are really bringing the shine out in the game, and I need to actually need to double check that I'm using the right skin on this 850, because that doesn't quite look right to me. If I'm using the wrong skin, that's going to be easily rectified by just downloading the correct skin again. But the modders, the likes of the Seasons guys, Realism Modding, shout out to them. Check out their channels in the description, same as DustyDave. But they just made a mod that, I mean, you look at that, that is an autumn day, anywhere in the world, you're seeding. You see somebody out seeding and the shadows are long because it's 9 in the morning and they've got maybe, you know, whatever tractor they prefer, because they all have 4 wheels, they all do pretty much the same jobs. Just a case of them having the horsepower to do what you want them to do. Sorry fanboys, I'm not getting into that, alright? That argument. That's why I use such a wide array of tractors, is that I genuinely don't have a preference. Let's actually use that as a front weight like that, as a roller. Because now, you know, that anywhere in the world you'd see that kind of arrangement going around a field. It's just amazing. Yes, there's missing pipes, because in reality you'd have a big pipe leading from the seed bin at the front to the seeder at the back, but that's something that's a failure on Giant's part, really. But in terms of, like, looking at it realistically, holy cow, did Giant do a good job getting just the right style of equipment into the game. For the UK and Ireland specifically, I mean, this, I've seen equipment out like this. I've seen equipment in fields, and it's just stunning. Sometimes I just get blown away by how pretty Farm Sim can be, and this is one of those times, because just look at that. you get a good map and a good set of mods together, you can just be blown away on a daily basis by how good Farm Sim can actually look. And even at that, it's kind of looking a bit washed out on my screen by the time it comes to getting a thumbnail, which I'm actually going to start preparing for by getting rid of the GPS lines, GPS HUD, and pressing this button to turn off the HUDs. Now you guys get to see how much prep actually goes into a thumbnail. And I mean, if I just snap a picture here like this, with F12, now that's a beautiful thumbnail right there. I haven't even put it through Photoshop to make it look nicer yet, and that's going to be... Because I've pressed G, I now have no idea what I'm doing. Because unfortunately, they've somehow managed to make the mod conflict with the base game. Which is not ideal. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Let's get the GPS HUD back up. Fully, please. And get the lines running again. Now GPS HUD minimized. Like that. Go over here and start doing this line over here. And there are days when I'm playing Farm Sim and I look at something that I'm doing and think, do you know what, this looks oddly familiar, I've seen this happening. Because full disclosure, I'm not a farmer, I don't work on a farm, I don't live on a farm. I just see people that work on farms, and this is the sort of stuff that I see. It's usually an area I'm using. I see seeding. If I see anything at all, it's usually an Arian or an oldish zetter, I should say. You know, not the newest equipment, not the biggest and best stuff by any means, but the farms around me all operate on a budget, so they can't get the best equipment in the world. But it is kind of setups like this. You look up seeding videos on YouTube, it's setups like this. Farm Sim sometimes blows me away with how much detail you can get. I mean, this field legitimately looks like it's been seeded. Yeah, it's a bit wonky in places because that's the way the terrain generation works, but that's... It's stunning at times, and I know that I'm driving through the hedge, deal with it. Sometimes I just like gushing at how good Farm Sim looks. Sometimes I like complaining. You guys know this. Some days I complain about giants screwing this up or screwing that up or making a mistake here. Or they should have done this. Sometimes I'm just in a mood where I'm like, wow, this game looks good when you've got the right mods. And to the console players, I'm sorry, some of these, well, seasons in particular, you guys won't ever get, because it's what I like to call a mega script. It's a script that contains other scripts, and it acts like in FS15 there were about 6 different mods that did what Seasons does now, and even then they didn't come close to the additional functions of Seasons. Like, they never had a weather mod that did what Seasons can do. There was no mod that forced you to... I almost made a boo-boo. There's no mod that forced you into a seasonal kind of pattern. I mean, Soil Mod came close because it slowed down everything, but even then it was a case of, well, is it really that big a deal? I've heard Seasons is going to plug into Soil Mod, or Soil Mod's going to plug into Seasons, so... It might be the case that Soil Mod's worth getting, because it plugs into Seasons and it won't make much of a difference anyway. But you look at this field and... yeah. And to those of you who are on console and who do always ask, is this coming to console, is that coming to console, why is it taking so long for this to be out, why is that taking so long, why won't they hurry up? The reason that they don't hurry up, and the reason that I hate people asking those questions is because you're putting modders off the game. And in my opinion, and it's probably the opinion of quite a lot of people, the heart of Farm Sim is modding. Farm Sim would be nowhere if it weren't for mods. Because number one, they improve the game that we already have. And number two, they push giants. Like the scripts, the likes of, as it used to be, Alt Tip. That's now in the game. Soil mod is in the game, albeit in a very limited capacity. There's so much that used to be scripts. Even Dirt used to be a script. And it's just pushing giants that little bit, giving them that little nudge to make that next improvement so the modders can move on to new things, new ideas, and better things, and bigger things. And when that happens, you get mods like Seasons. You get mods like the BJ extension. You get mods like Bale extension, which I think is being superseded by Seasons now, from what I've been hearing from the Seasons developers. They've got a basic form of Bale extension working, so I might just use that. But they're all working off Giants' improvements to the game. I mean, Seasons wasn't possible in FS15. It just wasn't. The way that the game worked, it wasn't possible. Now that Giants have upped their game, put effectively Alt Tip into the game, oh, is it possible, and it is good. That's the little nudges that just push the game on by leaps and bounds. Even the addition of forestry, much as I complained about it in FS15, I think it has improved the game. Because it's pushed for new and innovative things to be put into the game, like sawmills, like the Beast Wood Chipper even. I'd count that as innovative. Yeah, it's a bit cheaty and a bit cheap, but you can do it. The sawmills, you know, where you can turn logs into planks and use wood chips to power it. That's a genius idea. It's little things like that that just improve the game so much. Even the new straps on bales, the new straps in the bale trailers, that's inspired by the old locking scripts where it would just lock everything down hard. Because Giant's lock script, spoiler alert, was always terrible. If you guys think that FS15 or that FS17 is just, it's a reskin of FS15, go back and play FS15. Have a look at some of my old videos, of Landy Kid's old videos, of Simulate's old videos. They're two different games, and Giants really just, I applaud them. It's rare that I do that. It is rare. Now, if only they'd learn about marketing properly. But that is a story for another time. That's a rant for another time. And that's been a very ranty video. So I'm going to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And regardless of whether or not you agree with me, hit that like button if you did enjoy the video. I'll leave you by saying I've been Drainpipe Dave. I've been Rainbow Dave, who is apparently now a drainpipe also. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Penberlan Farms. Until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.